everyone, welcome you all back, and today we are going to see how we can print a Fibonacci series using an iterative way. Okay, so before we go to the implementation, we need to understand what is Fibonacci series. So this series you are seeing here is a Fibonacci series, and which requires two initial numbers to derive the other number in the series, which is 0 and 1. If you can see here, 0 and 1 is the starting number, and based on these two number we are deriving the other value. So how we are deriving is we are adding these two number and we are deriving the next value. So if you see, 0 plus 1 is 1, now 1 plus 1 is 2, now 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 2 is 5, and like this is keep on going. Okay, so we have another variable called number of elements, which we have given as 10. So we have 10 values over here, and we are using this variable sum, which is of int type, and initializing it to 0. This will be used, as we'll see inside this for loop. Okay, so we are running this for loop from I is equal to 2, because we already have two values from index 0 and 1. So, and we are running it till I less than number of elements. So in between there will be 8 elements, and we are incrementing the value of I. Okay, so what will be the next number is 0 plus 1, which is the sum, previous plus next. Okay, so it will come 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, and we are printing it here. We are printing it, and then again what will happen, we need to have these two values, so we will assign. So now the next, which is 1, will become the previous value, so we are assigning it here, because in the next iteration we are going to add these two numbers, and the next will be is equal to sum. So previous will be assigned, earlier previous was 0, now the previous will assign the same value as next, which is 1, and next will assign the value of sum, which is also 1, and then in the next iteration 1 plus 1 will be 2, and so on. It keeps on going. So let me just run this program, and then we will debug it and see each step in detail. So if you see, we can print the Fibonacci series. So in order to understand this program clearly, we need to put a debug point over here and go to the program and run the program and see. So this is the program. Right click on the program, go to debug as, and go to Java application. So the program will stop here since we have put a breakpoint over here, but before that it is asking us to open the debug perspective so that we can see the variables all over here. Okay, so we have this variable section open, and let it open it properly. Okay, so we are at this line, and we haven't executed it, so let's execute this line. So in the console we have this printed. Let me fix it so that we can see the console and the variable section both at once. So let's initialize these values. So let me initialize this previous value and the next value. So in the variable section you can see the previous value and the next value. Now we'll print the previous and the next value, because these are the initial numbers in the Fibonacci series. So if you see, we have printed it here. Now we are at this line where we are initializing the number of an element to be 10, and if you can see here, it is created, and the sum is 0, that is also created. Now we are inside a for loop. Okay, so we need to run the for loop from I is equal to 2 to I less than the number of element. So let's go inside the loop and check. Some value is previous, which is 0, next is 1. So we haven't executed this as of now. Let me execute it and see what is the value of sum. So the sum value has been assigned as 1 now, and now 1 will be the next value of this series. So let me run this and print this. If you can see, we have printed this, and now we are assigning it assigning the next value to the previous value. So earlier, if you see, previous is 0 now. What we are trying to do, we are trying to assign the next value, which is 1, to the previous value. Let's do it. See, now the previous is 1 and next is 1, and here what we are doing, we are assigning the sum value to the next value. Let's see. So now the next is also 1, previous is also 1. So from after this we are going to run this loop again and see. So what will be the next value is the sum of the previous and next, which is 1 plus 1 2. So the sum is 2, and now we'll print that, and again we'll like assign the value. So earlier previous value is 1 and next value is 1, so again we are going to assign it. So we have assigned, now previous is 1 but next will be the value of sum, which is 2. And if we resume the program, it will print all the Fibonacci series. So hope you guys have understood the concept of printing Fibonacci series using the iterative way. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.